ProVision Mentorship is one of several strategic focuses of ProVision Solutions Inc. I'm Jim Ewing, and mentorship can make a difference. This is one of several interviews with those who've experienced mentorship. Learn from their experiences. Then take a moment and share your experiences on our blog, ProVision Mentorship.
Well, I've had a number of experiences with mentorship. One of them is when I was starting to work on my own after I left the corporation. I had somebody take me under their wing in that they directed me as to what kind of work I should go into, corresponding with my education, with a university degree, and with my long experience with the corporation. And what she did was she'd follow me in what the projects that I was working on, and we'd have a little discussion every once in a while to see where I felt weak in, and she'd support me in those parts and tell me which direction to go and what I should do and who I should connect with, and it really helped a whole lot. This one particular fellow that took an employment training program from me, and he took the whole thing, and he was a street kid. Today, he's part of the RCMP forces down south. And I think we developed him in that we gave him toastmasters training, for one thing. We started an Aboriginal toastmasters course, and he participated in that. And whenever he ran into some obstacles, I would give him a call. He would call me, and I would suggest to him which group of people he should connect with so that he could get some more help. And we still connect today, and that was about 15 years ago.
What type of help can a mentor provide?
Having a mentor has helped me a great deal because this particular person has a business background, and what I was trying to do was work in a consulting field. And the things she helped me with throughout my career, I couldn't have asked for a better mentor than that, because there was some stuff that I didn't understand, and she'd write it out and make me read it. And then other things that I didn't understand, she'd roll it out in an actual office environment scene so I could see how it rolled out. And then just talk to her whenever I needed help has helped me. And I used all those skills in my consulting company as well as today.
Talk with us about the development of the mentorship relationship.
Well, it depends what career they're trying to get into. In our community, there's a lot of individuals that need help in the direction of education. They want to go to university. They don't know which faculty to do. They probably go into education because they don't understand any of the others, and it's really simple. To sit down and talk to them, to give them a guideline as to what do you want to do for your life, with the rest of your life. Where do you want to go? What kind of work do you want to do? That would help them. Other people need help in where they want to work. But that's the same situation as going to university. What do you want to do? What skills do you have? Did you complete your education? And help them along with that. Direct them in which book should I be reading, what should I be doing, and how should I be doing it.
Is it possible for a mentorship relationship to be mutually beneficial?
For the mentor, I think you start understanding how people operate, so that you can use those same skills on somebody else later on, in that you start to understand what kind of questions should that person be asking me, and maybe I could encourage them to be doing something else, encourage them to be asking for specific things, for specific ways of doing things, so that you can mentor them even better. And for the person that's looking for mentorship, they don't always have a sense of direction. You've already done the route, you've lived the experience, you've got the education, you've got the career. You can tell them how you came about what you're doing, and the barriers that you have overcome would allow them to see their move in a different way, and that it would be a little bit better for them because somebody else is saying they've already overcome those barriers. And how did they overcome the barriers? Maybe if they were shy, they took up public speaking. Maybe if they were shy, they spoke to somebody that could help them along the way.
Have you got some tips for both the protege and the mentor?
Well, when you're mentoring Aboriginal people, we're really people oriented. We like relationships. We like to have some kind of one-to-one with a person. When I was going to university, I took some courses with Athabasca University, and I had a mentor at that time as well. And that mentor only mentored me on the phone. For me, I need to see the person, and I would be more open to asking particular questions if I saw them. And we respond according to body language, how the person speaks, how loud or how low they are. And I think it's a lot better when, during the time of your mentorship, that you allow yourself to maybe go for a coffee break or go for a lunch or go somewhere in the park and talk to that person. It's a totally different environment, and you get so much more from them. You're mentoring an Aboriginal person, especially a young person. They're going through a number of situations themselves. Maybe it's their relationship at home, could be their husband or wife, it could be children, it could be lack of money, it could be the inability to get out and do things. One of the things you have to establish right away is what's the foundation this person is coming from. Are they able to leave where they're at to meet with you somewhere along the way? What kind of problems are they running into? And initially, they're not going to open up to you until they actually meet you. They run into some difficulties, and they may not open up. So it could be 2 or 3 sessions in person before you get to the bottom of what's bothering them and why they can't overcome some of these situations. Yeah, when you're ending a relationship, what I try to do is make 2 endings. One of them is softly, in that you talk to each other and you try and get the information from them as to what they got out of your mentorship, and ask them to apply it for a little while and maybe agree to meet again in about a month or talk to each other in a month, and then that will be your final goodbye, and ask them what they've learned over the time that they've been talking with you or working with you.
What final thoughts would you share with those considering entering into a mentorship relationship?
For the potential mentor, I would say to them that you have to be gentle. Some people have real stern, do this, do that attitude. For Aboriginal people, because they've overcome so many abuses in schools and stuff, and racial situations, that they're really succinct in picking up cues of those kind, that the person is only there to do a job, but not to understand me as a person. So for the mentor, you have to be understanding. You should try and be as gentle as you can in how you're rolling out your information, and try and build a relationship with that individual the best way that you can. But I also caution that when you're mentoring younger people and you don't really know them, they may give you a line about that they want mentoring, and they may want to get money from you. You can't have any kind of transaction going on between you and the mentor, and you have to be clear about that at the beginning. For the person that's being mentored, I would say, when people agree to meet with each other, that they meet in an open environment like a restaurant or over the phone, and tell somebody you have this mentor that you're going to be talking to over the phone. Because there's been some situations in university students who thought they were being mentored, but they were being coerced into having a relationship. And that's really dangerous for both parties, but the individual didn't know enough to ask the right questions, and they sucked into that relationship. But I think for both people, everybody has to be as professional as they can and speak as clearly as they can about what the objectives are for that mentorship.
Now it's your turn to share your experience with mentorship. Visit our blog, Provision Mentorship. Make the investment in mentorship today for your success tomorrow.